Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what should be a good one here today, as it's going to be none other than Sharkling taking on an up-and-coming Terran bot. It is THOM Test, making a splash on the ladder, cracking into the top 10, which is very cool to see. And so it is a bot that has been getting some new development, it seems. And yeah, we're just going to see how well it's going to do today against Sharkling. We're on the map Belshir Vestige, the AI edition. We've got, oh dear, a bit of a drone rush, it seems, coming out of Sharkling. I just try and cast a game, and they just always turn out to be a little bit cheesy, don't they? And so, ladies and gentlemen, before we get too far into this one, make sure to go ahead and click that like button. Cool, very cool, like, just almost cinematic spam clicking, just the way that it forms like a line from Sharkling with its drones. Able to get one SCV, trying to get another one, and they do succeed. So that is 2 dead SCVs of THOM Test already. And here comes the rest of the drones. So THOM Test is going to need to conscript a lot more SCVs into the fight against all these workers. There's 3 coming off the line. That Rax isn't quite yet done, but there it is. The Rax is finished. There is Lings now crossing the map, though, for Sharkling, which is quite the problem, and THOM Test is losing quite a few SCVs, as it's not electing to pull all its SCVs, just a few, but it's one of those things. A worker fight is all or nothing, so the SCVs are doing what they can. A Marine is now out to start fighting the drones. A few SCVs are still buffering, but here's the problem for THOM Test. More Lings, well, the first Lings are getting on in here, and while THOM Test is busy building an engineering bay, it has ceased production on any Marines, and so I think THOM Test may just be dead in this one. But yeah, that is an unfortunate way to go for THOM Test, falling to a cheese, quite a lethal cheese from Sharkling. It's not easy to program a bot that deals with a couple of drones harassing and then has the big all-in coming too. And so Sharkling is going to take this one. It's been a very quick match, and this is where I reveal, ladies and gentlemen, that this is going to be a multi-part video, so we'll just fast forward and hop on into the next one, which will be another THOM Test match, as that one was a little bit short. All right, and here we are with another one. I hope you guys don't mind those shorter, cheesy bot matches. I think it's a good way to incorporate them, just having like a shorter match and then kind of like a longer match. Because for you guys, I think if I uploaded a YouTube video that was just 2 or 3 minutes long, you'd be like, well, okay, I can kind of see the end of this coming. So this time, THOM Test, pardon me, is going to have an even more difficult opponent. It's going to be Veteran. However, it does seem to have a bit of a worker bug right now. Mining, trying to prioritize this mineral patch, but instead it's just completely neglecting this other one. We'll see if Veteran eventually corrects itself with that. Or who knows, maybe it's just the mineral patch structure on this map. We are on new maps, so I am wondering if that's the case, that maybe the mineral layout is slightly different than other maps, and that's why Veteran's bugging out here, because I don't believe I've ever seen it do something like this. And so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, before we get too far into this match, go ahead, leave a comment down below saying more bots. If you want to see more of these bots, let me know what kind of formats you like. Leave a like on the video, and yeah, let's just see where this one's going to go. We do seem to have multiple racks on the way for each of these Terrans. So Terrans, man, humans or bots, they're both going for a bit of early aggression, it seems, as THOM Test goes for a single Marine. And then I'm guessing it's going to be going into Reapers behind this, but you never really know. Veteran, I'm guessing, is going to be going for Reapers too. If I was a betting man, THOM Test does just elect to go for a secondary Marine, then into a reactor. So a reactor with a 3rd Rax on the way and eBay on the way. I don't know what the eBay is for, but it's going to be curious whether THOM Test can actually survive against potential early Reaper aggression of Veteran. Now that last aggression caught it off guard. Its production wasn't really getting started very effectively. And I guess it was a bit curious in that last match how Tom Test said, hey, no, I'm just not going to make any more Marines. I'm guessing it was just saving its minerals to prioritize building a gas unit or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, there is now 3 Marines out for Tom Test. It's getting a very quick +1 attack on the way, so just going to be some very lethal Marines. The first Reaper for Veteran is going to jump up on in here. Tom Test is going to try and chase that down. Now, Reapers, they can be very slippery, but so far that is a great start for the Red Terran as those Marines are able to catch and kill that Reaper. And this Reaper's doing the exact same pattern, so yeah, that one's going to die too. So not a great start for Veteran. It isn't committing all the way to these Reapers or anything like that. Veteran just likes to build a few of them, if I recall, so going to be having out 2, but then saying that's enough Reapers for me, which is probably for the best based on those previous 2. And then these, well, Tom Test is still just producing off of 1 base, making more Marines, getting up a 5th Rex off of 1 base. Now, you could make quite a bit of stuff as a bot because of the speed mining, so one bases are more powerful than they seem, and this is going to be the mother of 1 bases coming out of Tom Test. Those other 2 Reapers do perish for Veteran though, which is quite concerning. Now, Veteran does have a siege tank on the way though, which could be very helpful if Tom Test, and I think it's safe to say when Tom Test goes for an attack, because it is just 1 basing off of 5 racks here. So it's probably going to be trying to get a quick win against Veteran. This is likely the strategy it was trying to pull off against Sharkling, but then Sharkling was able to kind of sweep the rug out from underneath its feet. And so now we're going to see if Veteran's tank is going to be enough to defend against all this cracked out bio. As I mean, it's already got +1 4 minutes into the game. There's 23 Marines, 2 Marauders crossing the map. This is going to be a big test for Tom Test, as going up ramps, attacking into siege tanks is never easy. Maybe the Red Terran bot is up to the task, though. We shall see. Veteran does go for a scan. It says, hey, that's a lot of racks that I already saw. But it's getting that information. Combat shield is done for Tom Test, so its Marines are going to have a lot more HP. This is going to be really important when it comes to soaking the tank shots, but so far, Veteran seems to be doing pretty good for itself as that tank on the high ground gets lots of work done. However, the tank hasn't killed off all the bio. The bio is now going to go up the ramp, but there is only 3 Marines, make that 1 Marine left, and the tank has a crisp 21 kills. And yeah, tanks are good, man, as Veteran just gets some easy damage done to Tom Test. Tom Test is still rallying more units across the map. We'll see if it's going to actually be able to pool its units and maybe play this one out, or whether Tom Test is just all in on this strategy. That's going to be the next thing we'll have to determine. Maybe Veteran will move its units to the low ground and then be a little bit vulnerable if it repositions that tank, as of course being on the high ground really helped that tank out. The angle of those Marines walking around the bend was really the worst thing possible, as it just allowed the tank to get maximum firing off. Tom Test, though, is pooling its units once more. It's still got that nice +1 attack. It's got +1 armor on the way, and it's actually moving out on the map, which could be very nice for it, as Veteran is moving out as well. And this is what Tom Test wants. It wants to be able to catch Veteran's army unprepared for this. That siege tank is moving forward. It's not sieged yet. Tom Test is kind of just going to ignore the siege tank and walk right on by. I'm not sure that's the right decision or not, but Tom Test has got one goal in mind, and that is getting to its opponent's base and killing it. Still, though, the Red Terran bot is producing units off of its 1 base. It's going to get to the natural of Veteran. Veteran has not produced another siege tank. Tom Test still has quite a bit of minerals left to be able to produce quite a bit of bio, and now it's beaten Veteran home, is going to potentially be able to cancel or kill this natural base. Looks like it's going to be a cancel. That tank does siege up again, though, which is problematic for Tom Test. Tom Test may get some revenge, though. It's going to eat a couple more siege tank shots, but then it does actually kill off that tank. The problem is, though, Veteran very wisely is building another siege tank and that's going to help it out. As long as Tom Test doesn't get into the main base or get on that tank as soon as it pops out, it's going to be, should be all right for Veteran. I say should loosely, as that tank is sieging up. Tom Test, though, is going to be losing this bio, it seems, as it doesn't dive on top of that tank like it should, as these two bots keep trading out against each other. It's currently still just one base to one base. Tom Test is ready for round 3, I believe this is, as more of this bio is crossing the map. The 1-1 bio for Tom Test, going to give it its all. However, there's the tank, or, well, another tank once again. And man, oh man, slow bio without medivac support against siege tanks, that ain't it. And just the pathing isn't the best for Tom Test. So that is a bit of a womp womp there for the Red Terran bot. We'll see if Tom Test is 100% all in on this strategy, whether it will ever expand. I get the feeling it's probably just going to keep on one basing it. And it's going to try this attack again. I really do like the unit pooling of Tom Test. Instead of just trickling units across the map or anything like that, it's trying and trying again. Now the tank of Veteran is on the low ground, so maybe Tom Test can make a miracle happen. It's not going to be easy to break this location, though, with a Banshee, with a bunker, with the siege tank. But who knows? Maybe Tom Test can get another cancel or kill on that command center. And yeah, the Red Terran is starting to run out of gas, though. Oh, not literal gas, running out of minerals. As the bio moves on in once more, that siege tank is vulnerable. It is going to get killed off. The Banshee is doing a good job microing against this bio, though. The Marines do have 1-1 combat shield, which definitely helps them out. They're going to be able to pick off this bunker. There's no more siege tank on the way for Veteran, and so it is just going to have to get its hands dirty when it comes to dealing with this little bit of bio. Hellion tries to get the job done, but the 1-1 is really helping out the bioforce of Tom Test. When will the reinforcements come across the map? That's my question. Tom Test needs to get that next wave moving across the map. It's going to deny mining at this base for now. The problem is, though, this Banshee is very painful. And as long as Veteran can even mine a little bit from this natural base, whereas Tom Test is about to run out of money, it will be in a very good spot. I'm curious to see if Tom Test will pull the boys for the attack or make them long distance mine, or maybe they'll just sit there, because the bot author is of the mindset win or lose the games within the first 9 minutes. So we'll just have to see. Banshees are doing a good job kiting this bio for now. It's important they stay alive up until Cloak is done. Meanwhile, Veteran is making its 3rd siege tank. This could be the tank that wins it the game, as Tom Test's production has really slowed down, as it is not bringing in much money, but it's going to try and make it happen. Auto turrets get dropped, but they get taken care of very quickly. The upgrades on this bio is just huge for Tom Test. Veteran is now losing SCVs, but Veteran is about to have out that extra siege tank. We'll see if it loses this command center, though. That would be massively problematic for the Blue Terran, and I think it is going to go down. So the chances of Tom Test winning this game definitely did just increase. However, I think they dropped significantly when that next siege tank popped out, and so this Terran bot is in quite a bit of trouble now. It's got 500 minerals left to mine very, very slowly from this main base. Veteran has, I guess, mined a little bit more efficiently. Well, I don't know about more efficiently, maybe actually a little bit slower, just to mine these patches out. It is still having that worker glitch with these mineral patches, so I'm guessing that the placement there is messing with its speed mining a little bit. Tom Test does have out just a small chunk of bio, as it's producing whatever it can off this incredibly slow economy. At least the mules give the Terran a little bit of an income boost, but we're going to see what Tom Test does once it runs out of money pretty much right now, as the siege tank for Veteran is going to siege up. It's going to start shooting away on that reactor on the depots. Those are some high-value targets. Tom Test has got 190 minerals left on that patch, but that reactor is going to die. Veteran does have great redundancy and is rebuilding that command center yet again at its natural base. This push is being executed quite nicely. It looks like Tom Test elects to drop the mule on the low ground, which is very interesting, and auto turret's going to kill that off. But the bot author has put some thought into this to make sure that it's playing at least a little bit efficiently. Now, this tank, though, is still causing lots of problems for the Red Terran. That mineral patch is going to run dry in 50 minerals as that Rax dies. and Veteran is still just hanging out for now. But more units are coming forward for the Blue Terran. The Blue Terran isn't long-distance mining, but it's still got a bit of money to bring in. All these mineral patches will be mined out relatively soon, though. THOM Test has got 5 resources left, and that's it. All the resources are gone, and the SCVs are just going to sit idle. THOM Test is now moving on out. The tank is doing its job, though, and this is why we don't see just mass non-stim, non-medivac supported bio in StarCraft 2 very often. It's because a single siege tank, well placed, can kind of deal with it fairly easily. Veteran is losing some of its bio on the ground, but it's still got this tank chasing. THOM Test is done mining, other than this one mule, which is long distance mining. And yeah, that mule will eventually allow THOM Test to make a couple more units. It's cool to see that the bot author was like, hey, if you're mined out, just mule the other mineral patch. That's cool. But then they didn't put in the behavior to make the SCVs long-distance mine, so that's something I'd like to see for THOM Test. It wouldn't necessarily win THOM Test this game, but it might win it a couple more games than it usually would when it just runs out of minerals. And I do believe Veteran has got this one, though, ladies and gentlemen. THOM Test just not able to close this one out, taking on a very, very good bot being Veteran, but then doing a cool job at it, showing us its unique style. The upgrades really were just incredible with how good the bio was. And yeah, maybe there's something the bot authors can do to prevent the tank problems. There is one Marine out for THOM Test. It seems its redundancy plan, once it runs out of money, it's just to send out whatever it can make. It's like one SCV is off the line trying to fight that Hellion. Interesting defensive behavior there. Veteran will come in for the kill, though. And I believe that is going to be that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you watched until the end of this one, leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below. If you do want to support these daily bot videos, you can do that by checking out the YouTube membership program, where there is a PayPal link down below. Thanks so much to everyone that does support the channel. And if you want to see more developing bots like THOM Test, let me know, as I do generally cast what you guys enjoy. I think I'm going to try and find a nice longer match to cast sometime soon. However, we are missing Ketrock bot. Ketrock's bot is missing on the ladder at the minute. I'm wondering if he'll ever bring it back, but of course, if there's some things you want to do with your bot or you're just busy IRL, it's not that simple. But I will look for a nice long game to cast. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. I'll see you next time.